Imagine standing on the precipice of the impossible. July 4th, 1997. A tiny spacecraft, Pathfinder, touched down on Mars. A monumental achievement. For days, breathtaking images flooded back to Earth, painting a new world for us, stoking our imaginations. We saw rocks, dust, the rusty hues of an alien landscape. It felt limitless. Then silence. The signal stopped. Not a catastrophic failure, not a dramatic explosion. Something far more subtle, far more unsettling. Pathfinder wasn't broken. It was procrastinating. Think about that for a moment. A machine built for exploration, for groundbreaking discovery, simply stalled. Occupied with tasks, yes, undeniably busy, but failing to accomplish its core mission. It's a strangely human failing, isn't it? We've all been there. Drowning in a sea of activity, yet somehow, the truly important things remain undone. What went wrong? A bug. A tiny flaw in the spacecraft's scheduler. Now the word scheduler sounds dry, technical. But it's the heart of how any computer, any system, decides what to do and when. It's the conductor of the digital orchestra, ensuring each instrument plays its part in harmony. Our brains, in a way, have schedulers too. Constantly juggling demands. Prioritizing, trying to make the most of our limited time and energy. We experience the illusion of effortless multitasking. Our computers switch between programs seamlessly, responding to our every click. We tell ourselves we're doing it all. But that's just an illusion. Beneath the surface, a relentless series of decisions of context switching is taking place. And those decisions, they come at a cost. Consider the weight of unfinished business. The nagging feeling that something important is slipping through the cracks. That anxiety. That's the digital equivalent of Pathfinder's stalled mission. It's the sound of an overwhelmed system. It's comforting, isn't it, to know that even computers get overwhelmed. That even the most sophisticated technology can succumb to the tyranny of disorganization. Perhaps by understanding how computers manage their time, we can glean insights into our own struggles. Let's begin with prioritization. It seems logical, right? Scan your inbox, identify the most urgent message, deal with it. Repeat. A seemingly sensible approach. But what if I told you that this very act of prioritizing could be holding you back? What if the pursuit of most important is actually the enemy of getting things done? This is where a concept from computer science called a quadratic time algorithm comes into play. It sounds intimidating, but the principle is simple. Imagine your inbox doubles in size. If you're constantly reprioritizing, scanning every message each time, the time it takes to process it doesn't just double, it quadruples. Twice as many messages, twice as many scans, leading to 4 times the work. That's the power of a quadratic curve. It starts slowly, then accelerates with terrifying speed. In 2003, the developers of the Linux operating system faced a similar predicament. Linux attempted to rank every single task based on its importance. But the process of ranking consumed so much processing power that the system often spent more time deciding what to do than actually doing it. It was a paradox. The pursuit of perfect order paralyzed the system. The solution? Counterintuitive, brilliant. They abandoned the full ranking system. Instead of meticulously assigning each task a precise priority, they grouped tasks into a limited number of priority buckets. Less precision, yes, but far more progress. The system wasn't striving for the optimal order. It was simply striving to move forward. Think about your own day. Are you constantly chasing the most important task, endlessly refining your to-do list, paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice? Perhaps the key isn't to find the perfect order, but to simply start. To tackle tasks in a reasonable sequence, or even, dare I say, at random. Sometimes letting go of control, relinquishing the need for perfect order, is the fastest path to completion. Consider a pile of laundry. Do you meticulously sort it by color, fabric type, washing instructions? Or do you just throw it all in and hope for the best? The point is, sometimes good enough is better than perfect. Sometimes progress trumps precision. Now let's talk about interruptions. The bane of modern existence. The constant stream of notifications, emails, instant messages demanding our attention. Every time a computer switches between tasks, a context switch, it incurs a cost. It has to bookmark its place, clear its memory, load new data. These actions, seemingly insignificant, add up. They disrupt the flow, fragment our attention, and erode our productivity. There's a fundamental trade-off between productivity and responsiveness. Deep, focused work requires minimizing context switches. But being responsive, answering emails, responding to colleagues, addressing urgent requests, demands that we constantly interrupt ourselves. These two principles are inherently at odds. We tell ourselves we're good at multitasking. We pride ourselves on our ability to juggle multiple responsibilities. But the truth is, multitasking is a myth. We're not actually doing multiple things simultaneously. We're rapidly switching between them, incurring a cognitive cost with each switch. It's like trying to run two computers with a single processor. Eventually, everything slows down. The solution isn't to eliminate interruptions entirely. That's often unrealistic. It's to manage them, to recognize the tension between productivity and responsiveness, and to consciously decide where we want to strike the balance. Minimize unnecessary interruptions. Turn off notifications. Close unnecessary tabs. Create dedicated blocks of uninterrupted time for focused work. But also, group your interruptions. Don't check your email every 5 minutes. Don't respond to every instant message the moment it arrives. Allocate specific times for these activities. In computer science, this is known as interrupt coalescing. The system doesn't react to every single event immediately. It waits, accumulates these events, and processes them in batches. Think of it like this. Instead of constantly swatting at flies, you set a trap and catch them all at once. It's more efficient, less disruptive, and ultimately more effective. In 2013, interrupt coalescing revolutionized laptop battery life. By deferring interruptions, the system could quickly return to a low-power state, conserving energy. The same principle applies to our own energy levels. By reclaiming our attention, by minimizing distractions, we can recharge our batteries and unlock our full potential. Imagine a world where you're not constantly reacting to the demands of others, where you have the space to think, to create, to focus on what truly matters. That world is within reach. It starts with recognizing the cost of context switching and consciously choosing to prioritize deep work over shallow responsiveness. We've talked about prioritization, about interruptions, about the illusion of multitasking. But there's one more crucial concept to consider: the power of estimation. Computers aren't perfect at predicting how long tasks will take. Often they underestimate. And that can lead to delays, bottlenecks, and ultimately failure. We humans are no different. We're notoriously bad at estimating time. We tend to be overly optimistic, assuming we can accomplish more in a given time frame than is realistically possible. We fall victim to the planning fallacy, the cognitive bias that causes us to underestimate the time needed to complete future tasks. Think about your last home renovation project. Did it finish on time? Did it stay within budget? Probably not. The planning fallacy is a powerful force, and it can derail even the most well-intentioned plans. So how do we overcome this bias? By acknowledging it. By recognizing that our initial estimates are likely to be inaccurate. And by adding a buffer, a cushion of extra time to account for unforeseen challenges, unexpected delays, and the inevitable surprises that life throws our way. It's a simple idea, but it can make a profound difference. Instead of promising to deliver a report by Friday, promise to deliver it by Monday. Instead of scheduling 3 meetings in a single afternoon, schedule 2. Give yourself breathing room. Give yourself the space to adapt, to improvise, to overcome obstacles. Remember Pathfinder, the little spacecraft that got distracted on Mars. Its scheduler wasn't just flawed in its prioritization, it was flawed in its estimation. It underestimated the time required for certain tasks, leading to a cascade of delays and ultimately, a temporary communication breakdown. The lessons from computer science aren't just about algorithms and efficiency. They're about understanding the fundamental constraints of any system, whether it's a silicon chip or a human brain. They're about recognizing the trade-offs, managing the interruptions, and embracing the power of imperfection. We live in a world that glorifies busyness, a world that equates activity with accomplishment. But true productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things at the right time with the right mindset. It's about working with our limitations, not against them. It's about understanding that sometimes the most productive thing we can do is to slow down, to disconnect, to recharge. It's about remembering that even computers need a break. So the next time you find yourself overwhelmed, caught in a cycle of endless activity, remember Pathfinder. Remember the little spacecraft that got lost in the details, forgetting its ultimate mission. And ask yourself what truly matters. What am I trying to accomplish? And what small, deliberate step can I take right now to move closer to my goal? Because in the grand scheme of things, it's not about being busy. It's about being effective. It's not about doing everything. It's about doing what matters. It's about finding your own rhythm, your own balance, and navigating the complexities of life with intention and grace. If you're interested in exploring these ideas further, I highly recommend Algorithms to Live By: The Computer Science of Human Decisions. It's a fascinating exploration of how computer science can illuminate the complexities of everyday life. You can download an audio version of the book for free at Audible.com/TED, and every free trial created supports TED-Ed's nonprofit mission. Take a moment. Breathe. Reclaim your attention. And remember, you are not a machine. You are a complex, capable, and wonderfully imperfect human being. Embrace your limitations. Prioritize your well-being. And focus on what truly matters. The signal is clear. It's time to reconnect with your own mission.